Warhammer Vermintide 2 has been around for a while now, but thanks to Xbox Game Pass, a lot of new players are still jumping in. Even though it first launched back in 2018, the game keeps pulling people back with its intense action and deep co-op gameplay. But does it still hold up in 2025? Or is it starting to show its age? First, if you're new, Vermintide 2 is a first-person co-op action game. You team up with 3 other players to fight off waves of enemies in the dark and gritty world of Warhammer. It's all about hacking, slashing, and surviving through some brutal missions. The focus is on melee combat, but you also get ranged weapons depending on your character and loadout. This game is built around teamwork. Sure, you can play solo with bots, but honestly, Vermintide 2 shines when you're coordinating with real people. Let's start with what makes this game stand out: the combat. Vermintide 2's melee system is still one of the best in any first-person game. Every hit feels heavy and satisfying. Whether you're swinging a massive hammer, slicing with a sword, or shooting with a crossbow, the feedback you get from each attack feels impactful. You really feel like you're in the middle of the chaos. The game gives you 5 different characters to choose from, and each one has their own careers and skill trees. This means you can customize your playstyle a lot. Whether you want to tank damage, deal magic attacks, or stay back and shoot from afar, there's a role that will fit you. Another thing that's great is the variety of enemies. You're fighting through hordes of Skaven, those creepy rat men, and Chaos Warriors, and every battle feels intense. The bosses and special enemies keep you on your toes too, making sure you stay alert all the time. Vermintide 2 is made for co-op. The teamwork here isn't just for fun. It's necessary. You need to watch each other's backs, help out when someone's down, and work together to handle big waves of enemies. The higher the difficulty, the more this becomes a must. On Xbox Game Pass, it's easy to hop in and find a team. The matchmaking usually gets you into a game pretty fast, and there's always someone looking to play, especially since the game still has an active community even in 2025. One of the coolest things about Vermintide 2 is its world. The levels are dark, creepy, and full of small details that bring the Warhammer universe to life. You'll be fighting in ruined cities, eerie forests, and underground tunnels. The design of each map makes you feel like you're really there, surrounded by danger at every corner. The environments aren't just for looks either. Many maps have tricky layouts that force you to plan your moves and stick with your team. Getting lost or separated can be a quick way to get overwhelmed and wiped out. This game has been out for years now, but the developers have kept it alive with tons of updates. New weapons, character careers, missions, and balance patches have been rolled out regularly. In 2025, you're not just playing the same game that launched years ago, you're getting a much bigger and more refined version. Game Pass players get access to the base game, which already has a lot of content. However, some extra careers and missions are locked behind DLC. While these add new ways to play, the base game alone is still packed with action. Now, it's not all perfect. One thing that still frustrates many players is the loot system. After finishing a mission, you get rewarded with gear, but it's very random. This means you might grind for hours hoping for a specific weapon or item and never get it. For some players, this randomness can get tiring fast. Another downside is that the game's graphics and animations are starting to show their age a bit. The art style holds up well, but if you're used to super polished, modern games, you might notice some clunky animations and lighting issues here and there. Also, while Vermintide 2 is beginner-friendly in some ways, it can be pretty tough if you're new to co-op games. The higher difficulties are no joke, and without a solid team or experience, you'll probably find yourself going down a lot. The game doesn't really guide you much after the first tutorial, so learning the ropes can be rough at first. Lastly, some players feel the DLC pricing is a bit high, especially when certain new careers are locked behind paid content. While this doesn't stop you from enjoying the main game, it's something to keep in mind if you're planning to invest more into it. So, is Warhammer Vermintide 2 worth playing on Xbox Game Pass in 2025? If you love co-op action games with deep melee combat, then yes, it's still a great choice. The intense battles, huge variety of weapons, and rich Warhammer world make it a blast, especially with friends. The game's steady updates mean there's always something new to check out, and on Game Pass, you're getting a lot of value without paying extra. But keep in mind the loot grind can be annoying, and the game's difficulty might be a challenge for newcomers. Also, if you want all the extra careers and missions, you'll need to be ready to pay for DLC. Overall, Vermintide 2 delivers a brutal, fun and rewarding co-op experience that still holds up in 2025. If you've got Game Pass and a few friends to team up with, it's definitely worth giving a shot. Just be ready for a fight. That wraps up the look at Warhammer Vermintide 2 on Xbox Game Pass. Whether you're new or coming back after a break, there's still a lot of fun to be had if you enjoy co-op action and brutal combat. But if you're interested in something a bit different, set in the grim dark future of the Warhammer universe, then Warhammer 40k Darktide might be right up your alley. Want to know how that one stacks up? Click the link on the screen to watch review of Warhammer 40k Darktide.